So firstly, I'll just reintroduce myself. I'm Claire Reedy. I'm doing a PhD at the University of Southampton. It's in health sciences. My background's in psychology. And I want to show you this tool that I'm hoping to implement with people with pumps. So yeah, my research is looking at the factors which enable someone to incorporate the insulin pump into their everyday lives. And I want to talk to a range of people, so I've already spoken to pump users and now I'm talking to healthcare professionals, i.e. yourselves, to get your thoughts about this tool. So the pros and cons, barriers, facilitators, how it may or may not fit in with your practice. So any honest feedback would be great, because there's no point in me trying to implement this if it's not going to work. So, even if you see wording that you're not sure about, things like that, then any comments would be wonderful. So I'm going to just take you through it on a slideshow, just some screenshots of it, and then you can, I'll be asking you questions at the end as well, but you feel free to make comments as we go through as well. But I also have to give you a disclaimer that you're not obliged to take part. If you need to take a call, you need to go, just leave, no explanation needed. No worries, you're not obliged to be here. I really appreciate you talking to me. Also, although confidentiality cannot be guaranteed, I'd appreciate if everything's kept in the room if it can be. If any names or patients or anything do happen to come up, just if they do, I will make sure they're not in the transcript. None of your names will be in the transcript. You'll be anonymised and giving random names as well. So don't worry. Your clinic will also not be put in the transcript. So you won't be identified that way either. There's 6 clinics that I'm talking to as well, and everything's anonymised, so can't be identified, and they won't be specified either. So before I show you the tool, is it alright if we just go around the room and everyone just mentions what their role is, and then I'm not sure even before or after I show you the tool, if you just give me a little summary about the clinic, like how big it is, how long it's been running for. That's okay. So, start this way.
So I'm Helen Holt, I'm one of the diabetes consultants. So the diabetes that I look after is in the diabetes dependency clinic, and there are some pump patients who come through there. Yeah. And then the diabetes foot clinic, although that's much less frequent with patients to be in that.
Okay.
So my name's Gus Brooks. I'm one of 2 insulin pump consultants at Royal Bournemouth Hospital. The service has been running longer than I've been here, so I've been here for the last 2 years. And I see patients and insulin pump clinics at Manchester who have type 1 diabetes.
Thank you.
Helen Partridge, I'm the other type 1-ologist, I guess. I run pump clinics in the general type 1 and in transition clinics.
And I am Emma Jenkins. I'm a diabetes specialist dietitian, but I've been involved with pumps since, to an extent, since we first started putting people on pumps back in 1998, I think, from a dietetic point of view, and then extending my skills so that I can be a pump educator trainer.
And I'm Melanie Vice. I'm a diabetes nurse specialist, and I'm involved in pregnancy clinics, pump education, a bit like Emma, doing lots of training for patients and healthcare professionals. I've been involved with that for sort of 10 to 12 years.
And I'm actually said all before, I don't do exactly the same as these guys, except I don't really do much with the pregnancy clinic, but everything else, same diabetes specialist nurse, Jackie Ryder. Yeah.
And I'm Nikki Stacey, I'm a diabetes specialist nurse, and I'm quite new to pumps, and I'm involved in the pregnancy service.
So you've actually got quite a big service here. I think it's bigger than a lot of other services. I think you're running for a lot longer than many clinics as well. And you train other healthcare professionals as well, don't you?
We do run courses
all over.
So how many patients do you have on insulin pumps, approximately?
600? 500?
Well, it won't be that many on pumps. The database will be 5 plus 500, but we include people that we started but we might not be currently seeing.
Okay, yeah.
Heading towards 500 possibly. Yeah,
because you'd have had people and then they would have been sent back to
the
local areas.
In the early days we got a lot of people from out of area because not many people did pumps, so we trained a lot of people from a variety of different places, including London and Reading and Oxford and all over. But we don't tend to see that so much more. We tend to be much more local Dorset, Hampshire patient.
And when you train healthcare professionals, is that local or is that national?
National.
International.
Well, we have done a bit of international
we've done
work.
European
We've done
stuff.
European doctors.
Training.
Yeah.
We did 2 years of that.
Yeah, so we do our courses here, but people are invited to attend from around the country.
And when someone starts on a pump, what's the process? Like, how do they get introduced to it? Like, how much education do they receive over what period? What's your...
Well, we have quite a structured, obviously it is structured, so there is a pathway which involves education, meeting the NICE criteria. At the moment, once they've met that criteria, there's a 3-morning training programme with structured follow-up for 12 months, sort of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12-month consultant appointment, and we see them as and when we need to in between.
And with the 3-morning thing, just thinking about the next stage of communications, is it the first morning they get introduced, and then the other 2 are sort of the week after? Or the morning?
That's right. So we would introduce the whole system, the kit. We do a lot of their insulin requirement calculations, get them to play with the pump for the week and practice using the cannulas and wearing and getting a feel for it. So that when they come back, so let's say if it's Tuesday, they come back on a Monday, and they can get quickly established with their own insulin and actually get... They come in a little bit more calm or less anxious by that point, so that it can be... It seems just a little bit easier, doesn't it, to actually make that first connection to a pump, and then they get reviewed after a day.
Okay.
And then regular reviews after that.
Alright, so I'll show you the Genie tool now. So I'll take you through it, and then I'll have some questions about it afterwards. So, and it's not you've seen this already, but just to briefly go through it. So this is the Genie logo, and these circles, you'll come and see them again if they mean something. So this is the website of Genie. This is the front page, so there's it points out the different kind of areas that Genie covers, which is activities, health, learning support, independent living, volunteering and online support. So they're the kind of areas things that people can access when they use Genie. So it's not purely like directly medical necessarily, but it's sort of saying that there's a kind of holistic element to it. Sometimes people want to learn. They want to do a new course, for example, or maybe people want to meet other people with diabetes, or maybe they want to access Diabetes UK website. It could be varied, but these are the kind of areas. So when they start filling the questionnaire, they're then asked their name, their postcode, their gender, and what condition they have. It might be covered by the questions, but things like they might have more than one condition, for example. So it may be that those conditions come up as well in the results. But if they only say diabetes, only diabetes specific ones will come up in the health related questions that they're asked throughout this. And so first of all, the first stage is looking at who supports the person in their life. So the name that they put on the first page will come in the middle here, so I put me here, and they're called concentric circles. So when someone uses Genie, someone does it with them. So a facilitator, someone who already knows about the tool. So they're not just left to do it on their own, just sent off to do it. They get a conversation with someone. So part of that conversation is asking the person who is in your life that helps support you with your diabetes. And it doesn't have to be like direct support. It can be like they'll put people in there like the dietitian, the diabetes specialist nurse, the GP. It could be the pharmacist, but they'll also put things in like their dog, or their best friend, or their partner. And those things are quite interesting because, for example, the GP could actually be here, or it could be here, or maybe they don't even put them on because they don't have a very useful GP. The same with the diabetes specialist nurse, etc. And even a partner could be like right in here. So the further out they are, out the circles, then the less support they give them. But they're still support. They're still part of the support they receive. So sometimes people put a partner out here and someone else will put it right in the middle because maybe their partner's not very helpful. And they tell them, should you be eating that? And they're like, sod off, I am going to eat it. So, and these indicate how often they see them. So at the top here, they put the name of the person, how often they see them, whether they're a family member or and then what kind of family member, for example. It could even be groups. So say they go to a running group or a walking group or a diabetes support group. That also goes on this. They can even put a walking stick. They can put their laptop. They can put a computer that enables them to access information. So it doesn't have to be a person. It could be a religious group or church. It's down to the person.